What's up, y'all? Malcolm Breed here from How to Barbecue Right. When you're in the Chattanooga area and you're looking for barbecue supplies, you got to check out my buddy Steve's Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. And Steve and his staff have all your outdoor grilling, smoking, live fire cooking supplies. You can find my Killer Hog stuff there, plus a ton of other cool stuff. So y'all stop in and see Steve. Tell him Malcolm sent you.
Well, down in Ottawa, when the sun goes low, there's a glow at the corner where the good folks go. A man with a smile.
Hey, good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. This must be Tuesday.
It is.
And it means that's the Owl's Nest Barbecue Catch-Up Show. I'm Steve Ray. That's Pete Brenton. And joining us early tonight, Cameron Parker, the dad bod cooker. What's up, Cam?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Cam.
Everybody
Hey,
doing
guys.
okay? Shake your head up and
Oh,
down.
yeah. It's been a great
Oh, yeah.
day today. Sunny, nice sunshine.
Pete, your face is all red. You're windburned, glassy-eyed. You've been playing golf
I
all
played
day.
teed off at 10 o'clock this morning.
Ooh.
Nice. Where'd you play?
Bear Trace.
Okay. All right. All right.
Had a good round in. Good
Yeah.
day today.
Very
That's
cool.
a good place to play. Hey, we are brought to you by, let me get my notes up here. We're brought to you by the Pit Barrel Cooker, the best barrel cooker on the market today. Get your Pit Barrel Cooker at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. And we just got in, folks. We just got in a huge shipment. Pete helped me put it up yesterday of accessories for the Pit Barrel Cooker. And I can't wait for y'all to come by and see them. We're brought to you by the Blackstone Griddle. We've got that one right there. We've got this one right there. All sizes of Blackstone griddles available at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. We're also brought to you by the Napoleon Kettle Grill. $389. The best all around cooker money can buy right there.
It's definitely set up great. I love that.
And of course, brought to you by Continental Tires. And we're also brought to you by this guy right here, the Poultry Chicken Rod. And I'm going to tell you, did we not have a great time Saturday, fellas?
Man, that
It
was
much
so
we hadn't
good.
cooked on that thing. If it could hang or be tied on there, that thing will do anything.
Cam, was that not the best chicken you've ever had?
Man, it was so good. You know, I mean, it was great. I mean, and a good time. You know, it was good to meet some other folks around there.
Yeah, we're Pete and I are looking around. What are we gonna hang next?
Exactly.
We've done bacon. We've done a pork loin, and we're going to do a prime rib,
Turkey, chicken,
turkey, and
Yeah.
chicken, and
Nice.
little hens, those little game
Cornish hens.
Cornish game hens.
Wait, did you say you're gonna do a prime rib on that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We're gonna figure out
that.
how
I
to tie it
gotta
up.
see. That I gotta see.
Okay.
That's gonna be cool.
Instead of having the rod go through the prime rib, we're gonna figure out a way to tie it up
Yeah.
to the rod.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we
I
can
like
do that, especially we'll have the bones off of it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be
we'll
cool.
always figure it out.
Yeah.
It's, they're at the Owl's Nest Barbecue Research and Development Program. There's no telling what will come
If it can be done, we'll do it.
Exactly right.
Absolutely.
We are going to go over my favorite prime rib recipe tonight. That's the Rub Bagby prime rib method. This is the one, Pete, and this would be what, the third Christmas in a
Third.
row, Pete?
Yeah.
And I know now, everybody, I know there's lots of ways to do prime rib. Okay. I know. And the way you do it may be great. And you just keep doing it your way. But this is one way. If you're not sure how to do it, we're going to go over this method in just a little bit. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And we got a few pictures to show you. And after that, Cam is going to review probably the Big Daddy barbecue restaurant of them all, Wardlaw's Lucky IQ down in Lafayette, Georgia. Cam went down there last week. And real quick, Cam, what was without spilling the beans on the food, what was your reaction to the building? I've never been. Pete, you've been.
Oh
in.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, man.
Well, you
Such a
tell me
cool
about that little
space.
place a little bit. You too.
Yeah, such a cool space, man. They've got indoor seating, they've got outdoor seating. I mean, they've got it all in there, and just super friendly people. I mean, as soon as you walk through the door, you're one of the family, and just a really, really cool place overall.
I don't know, but when you were there, when I was there, the place was packed.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I
Yeah.
was there at like 12:30, which they have very strict and tight hours. I think it's
Yeah.
like 11 to 2. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then again at like 5 to 8. And yeah,
Right.
full to the brim with people, but still moved it through fast. Like I was in and out of there in like 4 minutes. It was
And
amazing.
you just look for a seat, find you a seat, and when you're up and gone, somebody's coming through or outside. They got the pavilion type enclosed pavilion there. That's nice.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it was easy for me because I eat in my truck for my reviews. I mean, how, so it was easy for me. But
We'll go more in depth about Wardlaw's Lucky IQ in just a few minutes. But first,
What Steve learned this weekend.
Pete, I'm going to tell you what I learned this weekend. Pete and I, and it's not about football this time, it's about eating out. Pete and I went to Jay Alexander's on Monday afternoon, yesterday. And we both had the prime rib. And was it good?
Oh, it's
God,
fantastic.
God, was it good. But, I've made prime rib now for 4 years in a row, and it's pretty good, but it's not as good as Jay Alexander. I'm just going to tell you right now. But my only thing that gripes me, this is what they give you to cut the prime rib. That thing right there. Now, that they call that a steak knife. That's not a steak knife. That's a butter knife with serrated edges. That thing you couldn't cut through a stick of butter with that thing. Pete, you used it too. Those knives that they gave us.
Yeah, they weren't.
They were pathetic.
But listen, the prime rib,
Was good.
they knocked it out of the park.
But prime rib is, especially when they served, I mean, their prime rib is that thick.
It was a 16-ounce prime rib.
Yeah, we had both that 16-ounce prime ribs.
Good.
They're probably close to 2 inches thick.
Yeah, they're pretty thick.
And prime rib, when you get it rare, medium rare, that meat moves when you're cutting it with something piece of crap like that. And it's hard to get through it. And if you were just somebody, passing by watching us hacking at this meat, you'd have thought, well, that's the toughest piece of meat.
But it wasn't tough.
But it's not. This is what they should be giving you at J. Alexander's, a real steak knife with a honed edge that cuts. I brought that. I took, you couldn't finish this stuff. This piece was so big. So I took it home, put it in the refrigerator, and I brought it to work this morning and heated it up. Okay. In the leftovers. And I used a real knife with a smooth blade, with a sharp edge, just like we would at home.
And nobody around you to see you doing
Yeah,
it.
and that meat, even after I warmed it up, fellas, it cut like butter. I mean, it was just as good as it was yesterday.
As good as that was, we also had a little treat that the chef came out
Yeah,
and talked to us and gave
Oh,
us
nice.
his whole, here's how I cook them from start to finish, which
Oh,
was
man.
not, it was very real to the way we cook.
brisket.
Yeah.
It's nothing like we cook prime rib.
No,
but
no.
it's like we cook brisket.
Like we cook brisket.
That's a whole
But-
whole nother method.
But he put us through a little bit of here's what I do and how I do it from start to finish. And I was amazed how simple, very simple it was.
But a very nice visit. But don't give people these. Give them these. That's what we need when we're at a steakhouse. There is a company. I don't know the name of it. They make a knife that you can take with you. A steak knife that you can carry with you when you go to.
Take it into
Because
the restaurant yourself.
Apparently, this is a thing, a sticking point. Because I guess if you give patrons a really nice knife, I'm sure a lot of them will take it and put it in the old coat pocket and go, yeah, that's a nice knife. And they
Yeah.
take it home, steal it. And of course, I've never steal a knife because I got plenty of knives, but we're not like most people, Pete. So they
Hopefully,
give you that,
the majority of the people I
Instead of
think
that.
wouldn't do that, but there's always some.
but
But
I bet they've lost enough of those over the years.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why they give you that. Well, not that. That's why they give you that piece of crap right there. But that thing wouldn't cut nothing. And next time, I'm taking my own. I'm not kidding. I'm taking my own
There you
steak.
go.
I got
Just got it like strapped to your belt in a holster. I love it.
I go in there like some Australian bush guy.
I wear a knife like that when I hunt.
I might carry it between my teeth like Stan on the Wild Kingdom used to. Remember that guy when he'd run through the woods barefoot with a knife in his mouth?
That's
Tarzan.
my life.
I'm gonna do that. So just a thought, Joe Xanders. But we love it. I love Joe Xanders.
And the workforce was fantastic.
Have you been there yet, Cam?
Oh yeah. I love Jay
Okay.
Alexander's. I've
I
eaten
know
at the
you-
bar
yeah,
area a couple
yeah,
times.
you-
Really great folks.
It's day in day out. But you know what? Should we tell them how much that prime rib was at lunch? Don't they usually have two different menus? You got a lunch menu and a dinner menu.
Yeah.
And lunch menu is usually the cheaper one.
Right.
$42.
Whoo-wee.
But that's a 2-inch thick, 16 ounce. That look,
Yeah. Worth every penny to me.
go to Malone's, you won't buy it for that.
Right.
Well, I remember going to Jay Alexander's years ago, and I remember paying $16.95 for that.
I remember when gas was 25 cents a gallon when I was a kid
No,
too.
you
But my grandmother used to fuss about it.
Hey, let's talk about prime rib now. And I want to, when you do a prime rib, the most important part, and everybody write this down if you want to. The most important part is not when you cook it. It's getting ready
Prepping.
to prep it when you're ready to cook.
Yep.
And it's so important when you do that. The first thing you want to do is you want to take that prime rib and you want to tie it up. And that's the way I tie mine. You don't have to tie it like that. You can do it individually. And you want to put it on a pan similar to that and on a riser. That one's got parchment paper underneath it. I use a half pan with a cookie riser. We sell them at the store, and we sell more this time of year than ever because that's what everybody uses. And you're going to put that in a pan, and what you want to do is cover that entire prime rib with kosher salt. You want to use about a half a teaspoon per pound. Okay, so you want to spread it out all over that prime rib. And then what you're going to do, you can put it in your pan on the riser, put it in the refrigerator. Tie it up first. First thing you do is tie it up because after you get everything on it, it's going to be hard to tie. Tie it up first and then put it in the refrigerator.
And Steve, just for the people that don't know, because I know there's been questions before through the years, the whole purpose of tying the meat up is to get your meat into a size that conforms the same all the way through so that when the heat, which comes from the outside in, tying it together gives you a better cook all the way across, all the way through so that you don't get a temperature that's 25 degrees difference or 20 degrees or 10 degrees.
Right.
And so that's the whole purpose of tying it up. I just want to throw that out there so people understand that's why you tie it up and kind of form that meat to make sure you got it. It's close to the same all the way across.
That's what it's going to look like. A little bit. It might be a little more round depending on how much you take off of it. You can see on this one, Pete and Cam, that it's like Rub Bagby, one of my barbecue heroes. That, and I've used his recipe for a long time. A prime rib's shaped like a comma, and it's got a tail on it. You want to whack that tail off because there's so much fat on it, very little meat, and there's some meat in there. And a lot of people keep it and grind it up, make hamburger meat out of it, and that's fine. But you want to get that prime rib round looking. And on this one, Pete and Cam, I would have probably taken more off the left-hand side to round it up a little bit better. Because that's not mine, it's just a picture I pulled off the internet. But and the way you want to do that, and the reason you want to do that, like Pete said, to get that thing all the same, the heat working all the same through the rib roast. And then what you get from top to bottom, side to side, is the same color. You don't get, and they call that coast to coast coloring. You don't get any of that gray on the outside and then, medium rare on the inside. It's all the same color through and through. And that's what you're shooting for. So after you let that thing sit like that in the refrigerator for about, if you can, at least 12 hours or overnight before you cook it. And then here's the weird part. When you take it out of the refrigerator, now you can put your rub or your binder on it as soon as you get it out, or you can wait. And I brought 2 rubs that we use and we recommend at the store right there. Hold that a little closer to the camera if you can, people. Oh, that's perfect. That's Swine Life Barbecues prime beef rub. That is a perfect pair to that prime rib, and or also Butcher Barbecues, perfect right there. Grilling Addiction, which is a great multi-purpose rub, but that is also a great, a little bit more salty on the salty side than the prime rub. But those are the 2 rubs we primarily recommend for a prime rib.
And you can buy those for $22
For both of them.
for both
Yes,
of them.
you can. How about that?
And they make a great mix.
Yeah, they do really good. When you get it out of the refrigerator, now here's the weird part. And a lot of people go, "You're crazy." When you get it out of the refrigerator, if you're going to cook it at, say, I don't know, 2:00. We'll say 2:00. Everybody's going to eat at 6. You're going to cook it at 2:00. And what you want to do is get that thing to 1, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Get that thing out between 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning and set it on the counter. Just set it on the counter, and you're going to let it sit out for 4 to 6 hours. And don't worry about it spoiling. It's not going to. What you want to do is you want to bring that rib roast up to almost room temperature. Well, not room temperature, but at least to 50 degrees internal. Because when you get it out of the refrigerator, it's going to be about 35, 36 degrees. And you won't believe how long it takes for that thing to lose temperature, or to gain temperature, rather. You got it. It's going to get up. And what that's going to do with you tying it in a round shape, plus getting it up to 50 degrees internal, that will guarantee you a coast to coast. Looks like I'm making a sign of the cross. A coast to coast doneness. Where it'll be perfect.
And we've cooked a bunch of them like that, and they were
yeah.
amazing. That coast to coast, people would come in, and that's a lot of the questions people have. How do you get that out of it?
Yeah.
That's another part of tying that thing up as well.
Exactly
making sure.
right. All right, let's see. Pete, where did I leave off at? Okay. What I would do is as soon as I got it out of the refrigerator while it's cold, I would go ahead and put you can use a Worcestershire sauce. You can use like a Head Country marinade. You can use butter. You can sprinkle it with water. I would put it on there, and then I was going to put my rubs all around that thing and let that thing sit out, because that's just going to pound that outside with flavor. Now, you got to remember, whatever you put on the outside isn't going to flavor the meat on the inside. You're just building a crust, a flavorful crust on the outside that is a enhancement of the entire taste of the prime rib. You're not going to do anything unless you inject it, or unless you dig. Some people dig in with garlic cloves, Pete, and stuff like that. They put all kinds, and you can do that if you want to. But whatever you do the outside, that's what you're doing. You're building a crust, and that's all. And that will lay there. And if you put a little bit more salt on it, now salt will penetrate a little bit, but not much, but just will a little bit as it sits there. But let it sit there. And it's going to be good. Don't worry. Don't say, "Oh, you've left it out 6 hours. It's not going to be good." It will not spoil in 6 hours, I'll assure you. Folks, I have left meat in my refrigerator, and Pete helped me do it, in the back, unwrapped, for 10 days. When we
were aging it. It's called aging.
Yeah.
Dry aging.
Dry aging.
Yeah. So don't worry about it.
It does get moldy, and you can cut that right off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I heard.
supposed to.
I talked with a manager it was local goat, and they were talking about how the owner is very, very adamant about quality beef, and I believe they age for 28 days on their steaks, and their steaks are very good.
That's a long time. I'm surprised. Most businesses like that wouldn't age them that long. I mean, somewhere like Ruth Chris and places that I know they do some aged beef, but that's pretty wild. I didn't realize that. I'll have to go try one of their steaks. I've never had one of their steaks there.
I've had the ribeye. Very, very good. I was surprised.
Well, good. Then what you want to do is set your smoker Now, Rub does his at 225. Okay, he cooks low, and he's come up over the years. He used to do it at 200, and he's come up over the years.
It's a long cook.
Yeah, and my philosophy is a prime rib is not a long cook. It's a normal cook.
A little more heat,
Yeah.
where people would say hot and fast. Yours was a little hotter and a little faster,
We would
but
cook
not
it. We would cook at 285.
285.
But if you want to slow roast it, that's fine. You pick your temperature or you pick your cooking method. You've already done. If you do everything that we've talked about before you cook it, you'll be successful in your cook as long as you don't overcook it. So whatever temperature you cook it at, you're going to have to, Pete and I always say the difference between cooking it low and slow and hot and fast is the time you have to react in case something goes.
The room for
if
errors.
something goes south. If you're 285, 300, if something goes south, your margin of error is very small. If it's low and slow, you got plenty of time to correct.
You can always go up.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. You can always go up. Can't come down, but you can always go up. Then what you want to do is when you're cooking it, you want to cook it when it hits 120 degrees internal temperature. Okay? That's when you pull it off. And you're thinking, God, it's going to be a bloody mess. Yes, it is. You don't want to eat at that temperature because that is rare. What you want to do while your prime rib is cooking, you're going to set up a station of a super hot cook, either a sear station of a pan, like a big large pan.
That's what I use.
Or what I do is I have a grill with charcoal in it, and I've got it going really, really hot. And what you're going to do, you're going to pull that prime rib off when it hits 120. You're going to let it rest. You're going to let it rest because that temperature in that 120 prime rib will go up to about 125. It'll keep cooking for a little bit. So then you got a prime rib at 125 degrees. Then you put it on your super hot searing station, whether it be a pan or a charcoal grill, and you put it on there. And I mean, you turn it, you let it sear, and you keep turning it. You put it on there, you sear, you keep turning it. Best way to do it is get a pair of hot gloves, some sort of a rubber glove that'll stand heat, and just do it with your hand. It's the easiest way to do it. You keep turning it. You turn it up over it. You get the sides, you get the ends rather. Flip the ends, put it on there again. You keep turning it. You keep turning it. You're building a crust. You're building a crispy crust on the outside. And what you're also doing, you're bringing the inside up to 135 degrees. And you need to check it. And this is kind of a skill thing, fellas. It's not just a forget it and set it and forget it. It's kind of a skill thing, but you'll have a better prime rib. And then when that thing hits 135 degrees, you stop, you put it down, put a piece of foil over it, let it rest for half an hour. Then when you cut into it, you've got a 135 to 140 degree medium rare prime rib that is absolutely delicious. And I've seen us do it, Pete. It works.
Oh, I know it works.
It works every single time.
It's one of my most exciting things about Christmas, right? It used to be when you were younger, all the things, but for me, it's those rib roasts because I always cook a rib roast at Christmas time, and I love to cook a rib roast, and people and the family loves to eat it.
Well, and I forgot to mention too that today is the prime rib sale eve, the Publix prime sale eve show tonight. That's right. Prime rib goes on sale tomorrow at Publix here in Chattanooga. $8.99 a pound.
I wish they could have saw Steve and I last year. They told us we went and bought them. We had a buggy full. Got up to the counter and the lady says, "Sorry, but you can only have two each. That's it
Per
per trip.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you can come back and get 2 each. So we rethought a minute, took all those back and got 2 whole ones each, 25 pounders. And
Yeah.
that's how we
Nice.
ended up and came back the next day and bought 2 more each again. 25
So
pounders.
you can beat that by just running home and changing clothes real quick. They're not going to remember. You know, you come through with a whole different outfit. You're
The
good.
problem is you have to have their card to get that price, and then that card's in the system, and they can track it. That's how they did it.
Or Publix?
Yeah, I mean not
Wow.
Publix is. I'm
Publix
thinking
doesn't
Food
have a
City.
card. Food City's got a card.
Yeah.
Publix
Yeah,
doesn't
I
have
thought
a
I thought Publix you got their discounts with or without their loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they don't-
you're.
they don't
It
have-
is.
I don't
It
think they
is.
have a card.
I had confusion there for a minute. I was thinking about that because I did go through that. I guess that was at Food City on some meat one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Hey, we're
Instead of
always
different
bargain
registers,
hunting for
you're
good
good.
meat.
No, absolutely. When you go to the store and get your prime rib, whether you get a full one or 2-bone, 3-bone, 7-bone, whatever, have them, and they normally it's already done for you. When you buy a prime rib, the bones are going to be cut off, and then they're going to put them back on the prime rib, and they're going to put string around it and hold them on there. This method that we use is boneless. You put the bones and put them away, and then you're going to smoke those because those are good. That's good food too. And we're cooking it without the bone. So make sure if they haven't already done it, and if you get a full 7-bone loin, the bones are probably going to be attached. So have them cut the bones off for you.
Yeah.
And then tie them back on there because it'll save you a lot of time when you get home, because those guys take those bones off. They do it in lickety split.
Yeah.
Pete and I did it, and it wasn't lickety
We-
split. It was
But we do a cook. You know, when we buy a lot of that stuff, we save those bones and we do a cook with smoke those bones.
yeah.
Those bones. I'll tell you, one year we did for Christmas. I ain't no telling how many we smoked that year, but people loved the bones better than they did. I
Absolutely.
mean, they loved it all, but man, they couldn't believe that we smoked and we handed them all some bones with each one of
I
them.
think they're called plate ribs.
Plate ribs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
the bones off the
Yeah.
of a prime rib called plate rib.
But they were fantastic.
Yeah, they were about as good as the.
I'm telling
prime
you,
rib.
they were fantastic.
Well, we did, Chad. We did a big cook the year before last, and we sold prime ribs, and we smoked the bones. We gave the bones to the people as well. We got more feedback on the bones than we did on the prime rib
Well, they just couldn't believe
because
it.
they had never had them.
Yeah.
Never had them
They
before.
throw them away, and they said we didn't know you could eat these. I said, yeah,
Oh man,
it
if
doesn't
it's
have a
got
lot-
meat on it, it's getting eaten.
That's
Yeah,
one of them. You really get in there with your teeth and your
Uh-huh.
hands, and yeah.
Now,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you want this method, you can come by the store. I've got these printed out, and I'll be glad to give you one. And like I said, a lot of people, there's different ways. I know our buddy Charles Pettit, he likes to make a slather and put it on a prime rib and cook it that way.
Which, by the way, that recipe you have for the slather that
Yeah.
we used
Mm-hmm.
is the best I've ever ate.
It's super simple.
Oh my gosh,
It's
is.
super simple. We can dig that out too.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I will put that on mine this year.
Yeah, there's lots of ways to cook it, but this is just one way. Now, when I told you we went to Joe Alexander's, we were talking to their chef. What they do, he takes a full loin, boneless prime rib loin. That's the prime rib without the bones, and they put it in their smoker full. Okay, a full one, and they smoke it at 225 for 4 hours. Then after 4 hours, they just turn the smoker down to 140 degrees and let that thing stay in there overnight.
7 hours, I think.
Oh,
7 to
wow.
9 hours.
7 to 9 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he says when they get there in the morning, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Now, what's that sound like? That's a brisket method.
And what he did say is the way it works out so perfect for him with prime rib, most people like the same cut, but the ends of it will be on it. He basically said would be like medium.
Yeah.
So he works his way into people, center. The biggest part is perfect the way most people eat it, but then toward the ends is how he cuts or how they do and cut for everybody else that want a little more done.
And I guess, Pete, that's why their prime rib is so big. They have a special a purveyor that sells them that. But we're going to try that this year too. We're going to try cooking it like a brisket.
What kind of smoke are you using with that?
What kind of smoker are we using, or do they use?
What kind of like wood smoke would you recommend with that?
On a prime rib?
Yeah.
Oh, anything. Hickory, oak, hickory strong. Oak's subtle. If you could get some pecan, that would be the best.
Yeah, I like
And if you have a
pecan.
pellet cooker, pecan pellets work great. Those new ones we have from Smoking Pellets, the pecan crushed shells are going to be perfect. That's what we're going to use this year when we cook one in the pellet cooker.
I use pecan all the time on a lot of what I cook. Just because hickory's got too much smoke to it, too much, and most people
little
don't
strong.
want all that. It's strong. Mesquite's got another different taste or flavor that a lot of people don't. Pecan hits that center for everybody.
Yeah.
It's got a good
Yeah.
flavor. It's got a good smoke, and you can use it on anything.
Gotcha.
Now, Cameron,
gotcha.
I'm going to tell you something. That smoker that you got this weekend, the Badger Barrel, that is the ultimate prime rib cooker.
Oh, that's happening. That's happening. at
And
Christmas.
you hang it. You don't put it on the grate. You use the hooks and you hang it.
Yeah, I
You
may
and I
have to
did
get you
that.
to help me figure out exactly how I'm supposed to hang it because
You'll double hook it.
Yeah,
You'll do, but we can show you
I can
that.
show you.
Yeah,
But we did one last year, and that was the best tasting prime rib we have
Yeah.
ever done.
that's
we did
that's
it.
what I
we
want to
did
do. That's
we
the
used
plan.
the rub method. We did it up to 120, took it off, and on the Badger Barrel, you've already got the grill on the bottom. You just lift the top off, put it on the bottom. and
There's
you're
your searing station.
You're searing it right
Yeah.
there.
Beautiful.
It works great. It
Beautiful.
works great. So
Good with tomahawks too, Cameron.
Yeah, that's coming too. That's I've got so many things I want to cook. It's
We
kind of like
drilled a hole in the bone. We had to
Yeah,
drill a
just hook
hole in
through
the
the
bone
bone.
to hang it.
yeah,
But the searing part was unbelievable on that.
Yeah, because I
That
bet by the time it has smoked through there, I mean that grate on the bottom has to be just flaming.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to cook a thick steak on just a grill
Yeah.
because the outside tends to get done too much than before the inside gets done.
That's
But
right.
when you smoke it, it gets all the parts of the meat get done.
Yeah,
They all get
when I
done. You can take the medium rare.
Yeah. It's
And
again,
then-
it's like a
and then sear it.
convection
yeah
in there.
yeah
I'm telling you, reverse searing food like the prime
that's,
rib.
that's the only way for
is
me.
Reverse sear. Now a lot of people will take that same prime rib and they'll sear it first and then smoke it. They'll build a crust first and then smoke it, and that's fine too.
I sear mine when I'm using my sous vide. I sear mine first and then put it in there with all the stuff
you-
that I want on it. But that's the only time I sear it first. Otherwise, I'll reverse sear.
But just to repeat real quick, you want to start with that in the refrigerator, covered with kosher salt, at least 12 hours, and that's what it's going to look at from the sides. You're going to want to make sure that thing is round, and that's a good looking. That's a pretty good
You
looking.
got the little spinalis right there on
it's
top.
got very little. It's got
That's the
very
money.
little internal fat, which is nice. Sometimes that little fat part that separates the spinalis from the main portion is a little too thick for me. I don't like it, but that's a good looking prime rib, and it's hard. It's when you go to the store, you can look at them, but it's hard to just get.
I've never had a bad one. I mean, I've had maybe trim a little more than others, same as brisket, but it's all good when it's cooked right.
That's right.
Let's see real quick. Billy Holland checking in. He says, I like the pecan for flavor and cherry for color. I never thought about cherry.
Yeah.
That would make a beautiful prime rib, Bill. You're right. Chad Chadwick checking in says he got a poultry rod on the way home at the store today. And, of course, that's there's the poultry rod right there. And we were talking about that earlier. We had more fun this weekend, Saturday, cooking the chickens on those poultry rods. And Chad will tell you, go on TikTok. Did you post that review yet, Chad?
Yeah,
On TikTok?
yeah.
Or Cameron, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Yeah. Posted it, and a lot of people had a lot of good comments about it. They thought it was super cool. A lot of people spoke very highly of you, Steve. Like you are a staple in this area, apparently.
Well, we have a lot of fun. We got a lot of nice people to come in the store.
Yeah.
It's easy to be nice.
A very good clientele
Yeah.
of people, and
And
Steve's Steve's very good to the people. He's been here a long time, and he tries to
Absolutely.
take care of his customers.
It'll be 43 years this Christmas Eve.
You're getting old.
Wow,
Can you believe that?
Christmas
43
Eve.
years.
fantastic.
43
I
years.
opened up
That's
on
amazing.
Christmas Eve, 1983.
Chris,
How old were you in 1983, Cameron?
I was, let's see, 83. I would have been -4.
I was 21.
Yeah.
I was 23. I was 23. When
I was
opened
pretty
again.
close to a -4 because my birthday is actually New Year's Eve. So,
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, just
Wow,
about
you
to
were a
turn,
New Year,
30.
almost a New Year's baby.
You were tax
Yeah, man, it was
deduction, buddy.
close.
You
It
were a
was
tax
close.
deduction.
87.
Yes, sir. When I opened up, Pete, the temperature was 10 degrees with a wind chill of -9.
Who opens on Christmas Eve? That's
Yeah.
just like when every time you tell that story,
Right.
I'm like, I opened on Christmas Eve.
I was an
Yeah.
idiot.
You were excited. I
Yeah, I was-
guarantee you were
It makes
excited.
perfect
I was an
sense.
excited
Oh, the
idiot.
store's going to be packed today.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was busy because back then, Ooltewah, there was nothing. There
Gra-
was
That's
nothing.
grass in the middle. Was it just 2 lane, 1 lane on each side, or
No,
2
there was
lane?
2 lanes on each side, but it was
Then it
separated
had a
by
median.
grass. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, somebody did comment on there that you were here before Ooltewah was like Ooltewah.
No, they brought. I always tell people they brought me, then they brought the dirt. But you know what? One time we went through all the businesses in Ooltewah, and from longevity, who's been there the longest. And when I started the list, I had me down there at number 4. And as more people came in and we talked about it, I kept moving down. I kept moving down. I kept moving down. And I'm actually out of the top 10. There is a business in McDonald that's
Huh.
been there over 100 years.
Good
They make
night.
feather dusters.
Wow.
There, and it's still in business.
And it's still going.
They make over in Appleton, rather. They make feather dusters.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. So take that. All right, that's enough about prime rib. If you got any question, put it in the chat, or you can always go on our Facebook page and ask a question. And we'll be cooking some prime rib this Saturday at the store. We'll have some cooked. We'll be serving it. So come in for free prime rib. You think you can give prime rib away in Ooltewah on Saturday? I think you can. That's what we're going to do.
I know you can in Collegedale. We did
Yeah, we did. We did at the pavilion.
at the pavilion.
It's the Dad Bod Restaurant Review. Time to find out where Cameron Parker had lunch this week. Every day, Cam eats out somewhere in the Chattanooga area. Did he eat at your store? A 9.5 or a 6.5? Let's find out now with Cameron Parker.
All right, Cam. This is a good one. This is a
Oh,
good one to
man.
review because everybody except me has been there, and it's one of the most popular places for barbecue in our area. It's the Franklin barbecue of the tri-state area.
Oh, I know.
Wardlaw's Lucky IQ barbecue. I'm gonna let you take it away.
Yeah.
And
I'm telling you.
tell us what you think.
Yeah, man, it was just such an experience, and I've actually got I've got some cool stuff for us tonight. So I've actually got 2 10 out of 10 ratings from this week, which is unheard of, right? I don't give 10s very lightly, right? But I've got
Wow.
2 of them, and I've also got my worst review to date, which is pretty horrible. Just going to be flat out honest. The video is going to drop tonight, but we'll get there. So let's start with Wardlaw's, right? So from day one, when I did my first review at Odell's, day one, comments coming through, you got to go to Wardlaw's Lucky IQ in Lafayette, Georgia, right? I'm new to this area. I know nothing about this area. I know nothing about the restaurants, but I'm like, okay, I'll write it down, whatever. And then the next video, Wardlaw's. Every single video, it doesn't matter if it's barbecue or pizza, people are recommending Wardlaw's. Over 500 different individual commenters, and several of them doing it multiple times across multiple videos. Everybody said I had to go. So when my work route allowed me to go down through Rising Fawn, and then having to go all the way over to Benton, I figured I could make a little pit stop in Lafayette.
Yeah.
So dipped off in there, and man, just such a cool experience. So I walk up, outdoor seating and everything, and there's a big like gravel parking lot off to the side. You go inside. There was this wonderful lady sitting at the table, and she's got this stack of menus. Actually, no, it wasn't even a stack of menus; it was just one menu. And she said, "Do you need to look at the menu?" And I said, "Yeah, I've never been here before." She said, "Well, come here and look at it." And she helped me like figure out. And I told her, I was like, no, I swear. And she says, and such a sweet lady.
The
She said,
menu.
"Well,
The
oh
menu.
yeah." She's like, well, what do you like? I said, "Well, I want to try different things." Okay, you need a sampler, right? So they have a 3 meat sampler, and they have a 5 meat. looking at the prices, we're going to stick with the 3 meat for today. 3 meat, 2 sides, $40. Honestly, it's enough food for 2 people though.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, it's absolutely enough for 2 people.
Well, what
So
meat did
I
you get
went-
with free meat?
So I went with the brisket, the ribs, and the sausage, which their sausage is made with brisket, which I had never heard of before. Right. So went with that. A lot of people told me I should have got the beef rib, right? The short rib, but I don't think they have that at lunch. They have like a different menu at dinner, and I think they have some different items then. Okay. Went with the mac and cheese and what was the other side that I got? Honestly, I didn't even spend a whole lot of time on the sides. But you go up to the counter, and I didn't know this until afterwards, but Robert, the owner, he's the one slicing the brisket right there, and just a super nice guy. Hey, what can getting the brisket? Okay. And just happy to be there, happy to be a part of the whole deal. Man, I'm telling you, from the time I walked through to the time I got my food was literally 4 or 5 minutes. I mean, they have all of these foods prepped, stationed, ready to go. It's efficient. You're moving through, you're paid. And then for me, I'm in my truck and just ready to throw down on this thing. So start with the sausage. I've never tasted sausage like that in my life. And I love sausage, like sausage and hot dogs and stuff like that. Like, that's my jam. That gets my blood boiling. And that was the best sausage I have ever tasted in my entire life. Nothing like it. Unique, interesting, very good. The brisket, of course, really, really good. Thick brisket slices. I mean, thick slices, perfect fat content on there, not too much, but enough to really get in that flavor. And what I really
Cam,
noticed.
does he ask you if you want the flat or the point?
Actually, I just had both.
Lean or fat?
I had both of them in there.
Okay.
And he didn't ask. I mean, that maybe that's just the way he gives you both, but I'm sure if you asked him, hey, I only want flat or I only want, the other, I'm sure he would do that.
In the 3 meat, you get plenty of meat of all 3.
Oh yeah.
It's not just, let me give you a sample, one bone here or one piece of that.
Yeah.
Believe me, you get plenty.
Absolutely. And so the brisket was fantastic. The ribs were spectacular. That was a good thing. I mean, we talked about last week, when I went to Jordan's in Cleveland, how they just fall off the bone, but all the flavor cooked out of it, right? These were perfection. I mean, you bite it and just a tiny little tug and just this clean pull away from the bone, and not the whole thing either. Just what you're pulling away.
Yeah.
I've never tasted ribs like that ever. I try anytime I do barbecue reviews, I try to do it without the sauce first, because that tells the story, right? Anybody can cover a bad cook with good barbecue sauce. None of their meat needs sauce. their sauce is really good, but it does not need it. Oh man, It was so good. So good. Everything about it was amazing. I mean, I recommend it to everybody, but you got to check their hours, right? Because and they're so smart in how they put this together. I mean, it's a cult classic kind of thing.
They don't have to stay open. It's amazing. They're only open 3 days a week, and they kill it day, lunch, and dinner.
Oh yeah.
Shut down in between and get back loaded again and ready to go.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this. So I parked kind of back in the back of the side lot because I wanted to kind of be away from everybody when I did the review. And as soon as I opened the door, you smell that smoke just come rolling in. Boy, I was drooling walking to the door. Like, it just smelled amazing. They had 2 city blocks smelling like smoked meat, and it was amazing.
Ken, did you see what kind of a smoker he uses?
I didn't, and I didn't pay much of attention to it. I know it was a big one. Out to the side, and there's like this shack kind of thing that's built on to the restaurant that was just loaded down with wood. So not sure, but it was big. There's a ton of smoke coming out of that thing. I know that.
What's nice is that where he's cutting and carving and serving behind him is a huge oven that are warmer, but it's huge. Yeah. And all he does is open the door, and they're stacked everything in there, and he's pulling them out as he needs them right out of there.
I wish I could find out just how many pounds of meat a day they are serving through that place. Like that, it has to be in a crazy number.
Everything with butcher paper too, Steve.
I like that.
Yeah.
Serves it
Yeah.
on paper.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. Very
I like
cool. Very cool place. So I've got another
Well,
10
wait,
out of
hold
10
on,
for you
hold on,
guys.
hold on.
Okay. What do you got? What other questions you got?
let's
I
rate
know.
the-
This is a
Let's rate
barbecue
the
place.
sausage now. Let's
Okay.
go through it. Let's rate the sausage.
Oh, no. All three meats were 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10
All
out of
three.
10 out of 10 on all three. 10 out
Nothing
of
you
10
can
on all three.
improve on.
Man, I
It
wouldn't
might
know
not
how to
be.
improve it. I wouldn't know how to improve it. The thing for me, like when I give a 10, it's not saying that it's the best that exists. Honestly, that's not quantifiable. There's no way for me to know because I haven't tried everything, right? But what it means for me is that it checked all the boxes.
Yeah.
Everything. And for me, a 10 is not just in the food. It's in the value. It's in the people. It's in the establishment. It's the feeling I got. Did I get excited? Did I want to tell somebody about it? Could I eat it every day and not
It's
complain
the
about it?
experience. That's what I
Yes.
try to tell people for the same thing. I'm not going here. There's certain places I go that I go to for the experience. The food might not be the best in the world that I could probably get or cook or taste or somebody else could, but for the overall experience,
Yeah.
that's what I like.
Absolutely. Because, some people have said that my reviews are too generous, with my ratings. But part of that is because they're earning bonus points with me because they're greeting you with a smile. They're friendly. They're good people and they're working hard. They're putting in a hard effort. That plays a part. It's
Yeah.
no different than just the presentation. You
It's
eat
a
with your eyes
restaurant
first.
review. It's not a food review. It's a
Exactly.
restaurant.
I mean, and I rate the food itself in the restaurant, so one item may get a 7 and another may get an 8, but overall for the restaurant, that plays a factor in that. I mean, you can have the best
Absolutely.
food in the world, but if you're no fun to be around, you're not getting a 10 from me.
Yeah.
So
Steve, real quick, Steve Davidson said they at Wardlaw's they use a 84-inch Lang, dual 84-inch Lang to cook their briskets on, which is reverse flow. So there you go.
very cool. You
I knew
basically
Steve
spoke
would- I knew
Greek to
somebody,
me.
Steve or
That's
Michael
cool.
Williams, would know.
Gotcha. One of these days I'll learn all that stuff. The more I hang out with you guys.
You'll learn.
Oh, yeah.
And it ain't hard.
Hell, we've
Yeah.
had them all, Cam.
Many of them.
We've had them. We've had the
So-
direct flow, the reverse flow,
Yeah.
Franklin, the
Gravity fed.
gravity feeds. We've had the Jambos. We've had them all.
Nice.
We've had them all.
Any other questions on Wardlaws?
No, I can't wait to go.
Cool.
I just want to
And
go.
man,
so
you
bad.
gotta
I can't
try it.
stand
So good.
One of these days
And
I'm
the
gonna
next
go
time
down.
I go, I'll be getting the 5 meat and just, I guess,
We
share
can
it
get
with all my
Robert,
friends. It's
Robert
going to
on
be a
the show
lot.
one night.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually a couple of folks have messaged me that they're family and stuff like that, and I'd really like to get some behind the scenes, with them, even just for my page because I love.
They've
stuff.
got a family here in Ooltewah.
Oh yeah.
The Wardlaws do. Yeah,
Okay.
they sure do.
Okay. I did see that a Wardlaw just followed me on Facebook and just sent me a friend request. Not sure which Wardlaw, but that's not a super common name.
Yeah.
So,
No.
Well,
Yep.
yes, I'm sure they probably served you at Wardlaw's restaurant.
I'm sure of it.
They're
Absolutely.
probably loving you right now.
Yep.
Let's see.
Okay.
Chad said real quick. Chad Chadwick said, "Cam, you need to try. What does it say?
Flacco's.
Flacco's street
Flacco's, yeah.
tacos in Nixon.
Yeah, that's on the list for sure. And I see Rachel is on here too, and said she found us thanks to TikTok. So yeah.
Now, Rachel, we're not serving food on Thursday, hon. So don't come by looking for food. We serve food in the summertime. We don't do it in the wintertime. And we just did the chicken because we were goofing around, and that's
And
what we
just
do.
hungry.
Come by, Rachel. You're welcome to come by Saturday. We're gonna do prime ribs this Saturday. You're welcome
Nice.
to come by.
Yeah.
Get some free.
All
prime
right.
ribs.
So I got to tell you guys about this other place that just came highly recommended. Do you like noodles?
Oh, I love noodles.
Like like
Noodles.
ramen and like
Yeah.
Chinese noodles. Ox 2 Buns and Noodles. It's off Gun Barrel. It's over by the Best Buy.
And what's it called?
Ox 2, OX, the number 2, Buns and Noodles. It's a Chinese
2
place.
Buns and
Yeah,
Noodles.
Chinese noodles. Here's what makes this place so cool. They hand make and stretch the noodles there in front of you. Like they have a big window cut out and you can see the chef back there and he's hand pulling these noodles and they make them to different sizes. Very interesting. So I get in there. I've never been in there before, obviously, and I'm looking for a menu. I'm looking through the menu. I kind of just stepped off to the side, and this guy in the booth next to me, he goes, "Hey, bud, I love your content. Just want to say hi." And I'm like, "Oh, cool, hey, man." So I got to meet him, and I was like, "Well, what do you think I should get?" He eats there all the time. I got the roasted duck noodle soup, right? And he also recommended the chicken fried rice. Guys, I am just not even kidding. I was completely blown away. And look, I love noodles. Like, that's a big thing for me. Ever since I got back from Japan, noodles just hit different. This was phenomenal. $17 for the roasted duck soup, which is a big portion, right? And a couple of people said, "Oh, that seems pricey." I'll tell you why it's not here in just a second. We'll get to that. But that, and then the fried rice, the chicken fried rice, best I've had in my little 37 years on this planet. I mean, just really, really good.
Now, on chicken fried rice, do they mix chunks of chicken in with the rice, Cam?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all it is.
Yeah, and a lot of times with a chicken fried rice, the chicken can be tough, or they may put too much or too little egg in with it. The vegetables may be too hard. This was perfection. And the big thing with like fried rice is that you have to cook your rice the right way. If you cook it too slow, the rice will get hard, right? Because you're using pre-cooked and cold rice. You're not coming straight out of the rice cooker and into the frying pan, right?
Yeah.
Man, that
usually
rice
day old, right?
Day old. Usually you
Yeah.
want it the next
I've got
day.
some in my refrigerator. I'm listening to this. This is good.
Absolutely. But whatever sauces and seasonings they used in there, I'm sure there's MSG. Don't be afraid of MSG. It was a whole big media ploy. MSG is not bad for you at all, but it just enhanced the flavors. And the way they cook their chicken, I'm not 100% sure, but I would bet you that it is kind of like in a Mongolian style where they're using baking soda and some other things that are going to tenderize that meat, because it was incredibly tender. Just so good. Everything about it was fantastic.
Think they used that?
It's possible. It's very possible. So that was a 10 out of 10. So really good. Now
Ox to buns. Ox to buns and
noodles.
Now, where's it at
off
on
of
Gun
Gun Bear? It's where the Best Buy is. It's like right next door to the left.
Yeah. Okay.
Same parking lot with like the new Dave's Hot Chicken. Right there in that area off Gun Barrel.
There's a place in Huntsville, Alabama that I used to love to go to, and it's called Nothing But Noodles.
Okay.
Same thing. They make the noodles. They serve every kind of noodle you can ask for. They have it.
Yeah.
In the same way. Good quantity, good
noodles
flavors
are tough to make
phenomenal.
well. Yeah, noodles are tough to make well. I mean, I've tried it, like, because I like trying different things, right? I just got into bread making here several months ago. So I'm like, oh, cool, I can bake now. So I'm going to try to make some noodles. Failed miserably, like not even close. Like, I don't know what I made, but it was weird and chewy and gross. So,
Ox to buns and noodles.
yeah, it's so cool. And watching them, do their craft to make those noodles, just really cool.
Hey,
really cool experience.
What kind of I've never had duck. What does duck taste like, Cameron, in that soup?
So hard to describe. It's kind of like a more flavorful chicken. If it's not, depending on how it's cooked, it can almost feel a little greasier, but basically like the breast is kind of like dark meat, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have any dry meat whatsoever. Now, what they do there, the lady was telling me as well, they prepare their roasted duck the traditional Chinese way, where they'll roast the whole duck, and they chop it up into pieces. So the pieces actually have bones in them. So she tells you, hey, be careful, right? You're not just going to hammer down on that. Yep. So it's still got, the bones, and man, you pull that off.
Did you get a bone out? Did you taste a bone?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, each little chunk like has bones attached to it,
Wow.
and oh man,
All you got to do is pick them out when you eat them. Just
no. It. I mean, you can literally just bite it off of there, and
that's what I mean. Pick it out to pick the bone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like eating off a pork chop.
Yeah, kind of like eating off a pork chop. Like, it was, but it was so good. And the skin on that thing looked a lot like the skin on that chicken from the poultry rod.
Ding, ding, ding,
I mean,
ding,
just
ding.
crispy and
Ding, ding,
beautiful
ding, ding,
golden. and man, so good.
So I cook duck, and only duck that I even like to eat is I like it in a gumbo. I grew up eating duck gumbo because we used to shoot a lot of ducks.
Yeah.
But the duck breast, I cook mine in some red wine with some shallots and season it up. And you got that little piece of skin you're talking about on the breast, it'll harden right on up in there, and you cook it to a very low temperature. It's only like 130 degrees that you'll cook that to. And then slicing it slices just so perfect. And as you said, the color of it is not like what you would think any breast color would be, because it is a darker. It's a darker, but the flavor is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, I was in the Dominican Republic earlier this year, and we were at this all-inclusive resort, and they had this French restaurant, and we had a duck confit. And if you've never had that, man, that changes the way you look at poultry. Oh man, I don't know that I've ever tasted anything like it, or may never again.
You think duck is
If you-
poultry? I don't think it is. I think
I don't. I mean, I would. It's a bird. I don't know.
I know, but I don't think, because you don't cook duck to 160, you cook it to lower than that. I know.
They don't call it poultry;
True.
they call it game bird, game bird.
bird.
But
I mean, that's true. I eat dove.
I get it.
Dove's not poultry.
Dove's not poultry.
Yeah.
no,
So.
with a little bacon wrapped around it.
Oh, absolutely. Make little dove nuggets out of the breast. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I
That's
love
one of
them.
my favorite things in the world.
Me and you both.
So, okay. So that
right.
kind of leads me into the worst review that I have given yet. Okay. And
Ever.
the reason I wanted to
Ever done.
okay.
Ever. Right here.
And,
Cameron's worst review.
Yep. And the video is about to be coming out here. As soon as this podcast is over, I'm going to be finishing up the edit and then posting it. Okay. Little backstory. A couple of people on my TikTok have just relentlessly requested that I review the Burger King SpongeBob SquarePants collaboration thing that they did. Okay. Not your generation, guys. It's not. I get it. Not your thing, right? But you're familiar with SpongeBob SquarePants,
Yeah,
right?
my daughter's
Okay,
a
yeah.
SpongeBob freak.
Okay,
very
all right.
Yeah.
So
My
you know the
daughter-
Krabby Patty,
Yeah,
you know,
Krabby
and all that.
Patty,
So Burger King did this collaboration with SpongeBob for their new movie, right? So they have a Whopper that looks like a Krabby Patty. It's a yellow bun, right? And then they have this little treasure chest with these cheese and bacon tots kind of thing in there, and then it comes with a pie that looks like Patrick Star. So just a couple, but and it felt like every other review, somebody is commenting on there, you got to go try this thing, right? Because there's been a lot of influencers do it. That was quite possibly the worst thing to ever cross my lips in the history of food. It was horrendous. Look, I am not I wouldn't call myself a Burger King fan to begin with at all. Their burgers aren't for me, right? But this was next level awful. And here's the thing. This is why I brought up the fact that it was $16.99 for roasted duck noodles, right? It was $16.38 for this stupid little SpongeBob SquarePants collaboration at Burger King. And on top of all of that, the Frosty machine was broken. And it's supposed to come with a Frosty, and I didn't get to try the pineapple Frosty that comes with it, which would have been the only thing that was any good in the whole meal.
Now, see,
So-
Pete and we love Burger King.
I'm not a fan.
The only thing that I like at Burger King is I do like their Whopper. I've always liked their Whopper, but now, I don't go to fast foods very much like that
Yeah.
anyway. But
We like the croissants.
the croissants, Burger King's croissants,
I grew up on
2
those
for
now.
$5.
That
Fantastic
croissant which
croissant.
was that was my whole life as a kid. The
Well,
croissant
did
sandwich,
that
was the
burger
thing.
just not? Is it a burger, Cameron?
Yeah, it's a Whopper, right? But and
shaped
I'm sure it's
shaped
just
like
just
a SpongeBob.
well, it's not really shaped like it, but it's bright yellow, like bright yellow. The bun
The
is
bun is bright yellow.
yeah, like super yellow, like SpongeBob yellow kind of
Yeah.
deal, right?
Wonder how
And
they
it's
did
supposed
that.
to be like a Krabby Patty. I don't know, but like the whole thing that just like it got to me, and it kind of got me off on this tangent in my video, is why are we still buying fast food that is no longer fast or affordable? You know, it
Bingo.
used to be
Nailed that.
Bingo.
fast food was supposed to be fast, and it's supposed to be good food, not great. Admittedly, like if you ever watch The Founder, the beginnings of McDonald's,
Yeah.
their food was good, but it was supposed to be fast and efficient and affordable, cheapest thing ever, and you get it. I don't know about you, but I can't buy a meal for my family at a McDonald's. There's 4 of us for under $50. It's crazy,
Yeah.
So my whole point in the whole video is, why are we buying that when we live in a county that you can eat at a different restaurant every day for 4 years? And there are these locals that are working their butt off, working hard, and actually producing good food, good meals for people. But yet we'll still roll through that drive-through just because we think it's easy. And it's not fast anymore either. Most of the time it takes you 15 minutes to go through the drive-through.
Which Burger King did you go to?
This was the one over on Lee Highway. In
Ooltewah?
front of the in Chattanooga, down in front of the big sporting goods store.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
there right off
Yeah.
Interstate.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right
Yeah.
next door to the McDonald's, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got like Taco Bell, McDonald's, and then the Burger King, or whatever. And I just it was just comical. I go to the thing, and she said, and I tell her, yeah, I want the SpongeBob thing. Oh, well, the Frosty machine's down. I just giggled a little bit. I said, well, that figures, but hey,
Take $5 off.
Oh no, she just gave me a Coke instead. So that's not,
it comes with what color frosty? A pineapple frosting?
It comes with a pineapple frosty. Honestly, that's the only thing I was even really
That
looking
sounds good,
forward
doesn't
to.
it? Pineapple frosting.
I could probably get behind a pineapple frosty.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could eat that anyway with that
Yellow
bright
bun.
yellow bun.
Oh, it's so weird.
That's got to be dyed, soaked in
Yeah.
something dyed.
Well, and there's so much preservatives
probably-
and chemicals in fast food these days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, we don't know what we're putting in ourselves, over time. There's more chemical than food, I think,
Yeah.
But yeah, and whatever those little tater tot things were, that's the only 0 I've ever given because those were horrendous. I at least gave the burger like a 1 point something because it was edible. But those
Pour
little
'em out-
tater,
did you pour them out in the parking lot.
it was so bad. Like, I mean, and I'm just like, oh God, these were horrible. The little pie. I mean, I don't know if it's pie or not, but it was at least sweet. So I mean, I guess that's something. Oh, just the worst thing I've ever had.
Hey, what did you give the Ox 2 buns and noodles? What score did you give them?
Oh, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
10 out of 10,
all right.
100%. For the fried rice and for the noodles.
I got to go try that.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds good.
That's, I
so
mean,
good. A lot of people said that the actual like pork buns and beef buns that they have are phenomenal. You got to try that. The shrimp fried rice was highly recommended. The beef soup was really highly recommended. They have a ton of soups in there. If you're going to go, spend some time on the menu online and just kind of acclimate yourself and go ahead and kind of figure out what you want, because I walked in there and was so unprepared. I mean, luckily,
Now, is that soup the kind you eat it? Did you eat it with chopsticks or do you eat it with a fork or a spoon?
Traditionally speaking, like at least like, in Japan, when you're eating ramen, you'll eat with chopsticks, and they'll rarely ever give you a spoon. You
there
take
you
all
go. Exactly.
but inside the soup, you've got the noodles, you've got bok choy, you've got green onions. And there was one other thing in there. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head was in there, but that broth was incredibly flavorful. The bok choy was probably the freshest I've ever had. Just everything about it was fantastic.
Is it a chicken type broth? What kind of broth? I mean, I know it's flavored, but is it a light broth, a light or dark?
Light broth. It was a
Yeah.
light broth. I'm not sure if it was a chicken broth. I would imagine it was a chicken broth. They have a lot of beef broths, for their
Right.
beef dishes as well. But yeah, light broth, very, very good flavor, but not very heavy either, and just phenomenal. I mean, I could eat it every day.
Hey, Chad
day.
wants to know how good was the lo mein burger? Just how good was the lo mein burger?
That was my first 10 out of 10 right there. That's a smash burger that actually sent me across the country, because the comment that came in that got me there was the guy said specifically, I had a smash burger at a Michelin star restaurant in Texas, and I thought that was the best burger I'd ever had until I had the Murder Burger at Lo Mein in Chattanooga. So
Wow.
I'm like, okay. So I went and I had the Murder Burger, and yeah, phenomenal, really good burger. They have this like specialty. It's kind of like a marsala aioli type sauce on there. Phenomenal, really good, perfect smash burger. We were going to Fort Worth for Thanksgiving, and I found that Michelin star burger. It's at a place called it's called the Not a Damn Chance Burger. And it's a Michelin star chef that created it with this pro skateboarder. And yeah, not even close. Not even close. I would take the Murder Burger over that one every day.
Well, that's good. So, all right, we got Wardlaws gets a 10. Ox Buns and Noodles 10.
Yep.
And Burger King gets a big fat 0.
I'll give them a 0.8 because the burger was
0.8.
at least edible.
Cam, you're hilarious.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
love
He's a foodie like we are, though. He loves to. I mean, me too.
Oh,
I love to eat.
my
I
whole
love
life.
to try different foods.
Go to TikTok, look for Dad Bod Cooking on TikTok. You'll find Cameron Parker's reviews. Go to our TikTok page. Pete and I got a TikTok page now called The Barbecue Guy, and we've got, I think, 40 followers. But we got to get 1,000.
Hey, got to start somewhere. You got to
You
get
gotta
1,000 to go live.
to be able to beam this over to TikTok. So
That's right.
So
In
we're
the
gonna be having a lot
meantime,
of
though,
fun
we're
with
going to try to set it up to where we can live stream it from my account to start with, which will be great. I'd love to set that up for next week. I was doing a little test run. I was trying some things to try to do a workaround tonight, and I just couldn't make it work. And I hadn't been live in a long time, but there were a lot of people in there saying, "Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. It'll be fun to watch."
Yeah, absolutely.
I got you a mic coming too, by the way.
Oh, awesome! Thank
So
you.
stop by the station. It was supposed to be at the station today. I left
Okay.
a little early, so it's probably there waiting there. So stop by the station. I'll give it to you. Anything else, Pete? Prime rib tomorrow at
Prime
Publix.
rib. I'll be there.
$8.99 a pound.
I
goes
just
on
hope
Saturday.
they don't let us down. One year they were the next day. They didn't ship. That was the year they were having problems getting stuff shipping, and
Well, they might be getting a 0.8 too if they don't put
Yeah.
things on sale tomorrow.
we're gonna review them,
Yeah,
Cam,
we're gonna
tomorrow.
review them, yeah.
100%.
We'll be out there with pitchforks and torches. Bro,
I'll be
prime rib.
riding around town checking the stores and seeing who's already sold out.
Yeah, you could go to different Publixes. What your job is, Cam.
Put your
Yep.
cooler in the back of
Yeah,
your
put
truck
your
and
cooler
car.
That's
Pick
right.
up a bunch of 3-bone prime ribs. You'd be doing good.
You drive an SUV, don't you? Didn't I see you
Oh,
sitting
no.
in an SUV? What are you
No,
driving?
no, that's a GMC Sierra.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the big boy. It's a step below the Denali. But
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
nice,
big boy. I
though.
love that thing.
Plenty
Oh,
of
yeah,
room. I
it's
saw you got plenty of room to spread the food out and eat there.
nice. Yeah, it's
Check them out
definitely
on
comfortable.
TikTok. Cameron Parker, Dad Bod Cooking on TikTok. We'll be at the store tomorrow. Come by and see us. Saturday, we'll be doing some prime ribs. Come by and get a free sample of some prime rib. The Rub Bagby method, our favorite method. If you want to see that, you can go to our YouTube channel and search Rub Bagby method, and you can watch that. It's the last part of the video. He goes over the whole step, and Rub's a good guy. He's one of my barbecue heroes, and it's a good method. Fellas, we got to go. We'll see y'all next Tuesday night, Christmas week, and come by the store, Cam, and I'll give you that microphone.
You got it, buddy. I'll see you soon.